What is your name?
Janice Hardy.
And can you tell me, what was it like in your life with dogs? Have you had dogs as pets? Have you met other dogs that people have? Just tell me your history.
Yeah, I've had a dog since I was 10 years old. My last greyhound died in 2016, and that she was the last of 7, and it was difficult to lose her. At that time, I was already in conversations, actually with Little Angels. I'd already discovered you, so I chose not to run out the next day and get another greyhound or 2, and because I didn't want anything to be a hindrance to my path to a service dog.
So the dogs that you had, the greyhounds, you obviously have a love for them since you've had so many over the years.
Yes.
But at some point you thought, I could use a service dog and not just a pet.
Yes, that's true. I was at a convention in Michigan, and I already had the epilepsy diagnosed and was very unstable. And the gentleman who was my counterpart in Michigan took me straight to a service dog table, a vendor's table, and that started my questioning. And unfortunately, that particular group only help people within Michigan because they check up on you to make sure everything is going well. And they pointed me to Little Angels.
And since you've been diagnosed with epilepsy, tell me what it is you're hoping that a service dog would be able to do for you.
I currently use a walker, and I want to give that walker up and use a cane. That's my hope. I've spoken to my neurologist and my balance therapist about it, and they're willing. The balance therapist is willing to make sure that I'm ready, and I've been going there, and my neurologist says, we'll give it a try. Let's let the trainers make the decision because they are better trained than he is with service dogs.
Right. And so other than helping you walk, helping you with your mobility, are there any other tasks the dog would be helping you with?
Yes, the dog would help me with opening and closing the doors in my kitchen, in my bathroom. Hopefully, and I believe this is true, opening the doors, because with a walker and a purse and a computer, sometimes it's difficult to get the doors open. So I'm hoping for that as well. And I've had a ramp built out the back of my house. It's just recently been built, and I've made sure that it was both pitched for me and a dog to walk together. So I'm hoping that I will get the brace command and be able to be more steady, because I'm a weeble wobble and I sometimes fall down, and so I'm hoping the dog, and I believe this to be true, will brace me, and when I do fall down, help me get up, or in the case that I can't get up, to help me get emergency care, such as getting a special pack, which I will have an extra phone in that will I can get to and phone for help. That's what I'm hoping for, and I believe that Little Angels has heard this and in our contract has written these things, and we will meet these objectives.
So with all of these things said and all the ways that the dog can help you, tell me what it's been like now without the service dog. Talking about falls, what happens when you fall, and how do you get the phone now?
Well, when I fall, I have 2 kinds of falls. One fall is because I've lost my balance, and then I cannot recover. Once I've lost my balance, I'm going down. And I know that it is not epilepsy related because I put my hands straight out. And only a conscious person would know to put their hands out. But I do fall often. When my doctor asks, how many times have you fallen in this year? I said, how about how many times have I fallen this week? And so it's a regular occurrence. If I have a seizure, that fall is different. I just go straight down because I'm not conscious, and then I don't know to put my hands out. So I have 2 types of falls. I'm hoping that with the brace, it's when I fall more with the losing of balance.
So since you've learned about service dogs, you saw that there was a light at the end of the tunnel.
Yes, I did.
But it's a long tunnel waiting on a list.
Yes.
Tell me what it's like being on the waiting list.
Well, it's very exciting to get to the waiting list because there's a path to get to the waiting list. And so that's the first very exciting time is when you get there. And then the waiting does start. We have two things that help me that I've used is that I have a coordinator, Darlene, and she helps me a lot. I email her pretty regularly, and the responses are very comforting and very uplifting and information that helps me. And then the other item that is also as much, well, not as much, but is of help is the discussion group. There is a discussion group that's a private Facebook, and all of us share our stories. There are recipients that have already got their dogs, and those of us who wait, and we support each other, and the ones with dogs give us helpful hints, and others that are waiting with me, we talk about what we want, what is bothering us. If, like, when I have a fall, I post it and I get supported, and prayers and, just good wishes and suggestions. So that's been a tremendous help, plus my coordinator. The two of that group and my coordinator have really kept me okay about doing this and waiting. And of course there's a number that we each get, and sometimes it's best not to think about that number. Other times it's not possible to not think about that number. I would suggest not thinking about the number because it is difficult when you start counting people and who's in front of you and who's behind you. Not a good idea. The best idea is to take the comfort of the Little Angel staff and proceed forward. And I journal. I started the journal and I bought 3. And I thought that would be sufficient. I didn't realize how much I had inside me that I really needed to get out and on paper. And journaling has helped me tremendously in the wait, because I can put into there what I'm feeling for the day and what I hope and what I expect and what's behind me, what things led me to this point. And I also do a lot of speaking. I will talk to people in service lines and in grocery lines and stuff about both Little Angels, and I get questioned a lot because I do wear a helmet. It's mandatory for me, so that helps open a conversation, and I talk, and that relieves me from getting it out and talking to somebody else. Helps a lot because then I'm not living alone with this weight. My family's also a big support. So between the Little Angel staff is my biggest support. The discussion group is the next, and then my family and friends, and even strangers in the grocery line. They sometimes a smile to somebody who's frustrated is a good thing, and so I try to give my smiles away as well. And I say hi to everybody, and that too helps me, is to be open. In my story, I used to be ashamed of having epilepsy, and I've learned on this path it's nothing to be ashamed of. I have my before life and I have my now life, and I keep those things in mind. And the journaling, Darlene, you, the rest of the team have been supportive, and that's helped me on the waiting list. I'm not there by myself. I got support around me, which makes the waiting list okay. It's a long time, but at the end, the person will get a super service dog, well trained and matched to my needs. I know I'm just not going to get the next one in line. I will get the one that meets my needs and my personality and my activity level. So that too keeps me going. At the end of a tunnel, there's waiting for me the perfect dog.
And I love how active you are with your positivity, because it is so easy to get drugged down by the negatives and like the numbers you were mentioning. The numbers are hard because there are people who have been waiting longer than you.
Absolutely.
And there are people even who are after you, and sometimes the people who are after you get a dog before you. And that's hard when you're falling almost every day.
Yes.
And you know how much that dog is going to be able to help you. But having that positive outlook and being so active in finding ways to not only get the support, but even sharing and even venting with the people in the grocery
I do
store
that.
line. I love that. And it's true, we really do work hard on matching the personality and the propensities of each dog to the right person, because all of this is for naught if we don't have the perfect dog for someone. And that, what I would love to do today is I would love to introduce you to Lulu.
Lulu. And Lulu is?
Lulu is your service dog.
Oh my God! No! Oh no! Oh God! Oh I'm so good. Oh my God!
Okay, hug me really quick, but who's really important is Lulu, who's wondering, why is this lady crying?
Oh my God! Lulu! Oh, Lulu, would you like a treat? Lulu, that's so good. Oh, you're so good. Lulu, I love your name. Yes, yes. And I love you already. Yes, I do. And we're going to be bestest friends forever. Yes. Oh my gosh, you are so, may I pet her? I mean,
Of course.
She's mine. Of course I can pet. Oh my God. And what was her trainer?
Spencer.
Spence, of course, Spence. Oh my
Spencer
God.
was her trainer, and we have an inmate that spent a lot of time training her,
Okay.
multiple inmates, multiple people. I mean, there's a whole team of people who have made this
You're so
happen.
beautiful. I saw you, Lulu, at the opening, and Spence was using you for balance. So I know you are going to be the specialist, most helpful dog for me. I'm so excited. I don't even know what to do, what to say, what to. Oh my gosh, this is
Quite a shock.
Oh, you are.
Hey, you hit the light. You're past the tunnel.
Damn right, it wasn't a train! I'm so excited. And if you're still filming, everybody out there, the wait is maybe long, it may be short, but it is worth it because you'll get your own Lulu, won't you? Yes, and you're the best. So I didn't even know. I was not expecting this. You know, I'm really good at, you know, I have been filmed many times, and so I was expecting what I was expecting. This is far more. Yes, this is the icing on the cake. This is, you know, the miracle that I prayed for. And look at you. You are beautiful, Lulu. And you know what? You're short like me. So we'll fit just the right together.
You're the perfect puzzle piece for each other.
Yes, Lulu, you're like, who's this strange woman? But we will become best friends. And it looks like a golden lab. No?
Lab. Just lab.
Just lab.
Yep.
Oh, they don't use the golden word. Okay. Well, I
Yellow.
know she's
Yellow lab.
She is beautiful. Yes.
She is gorgeous.
She's beautiful. And I really, sweetie, I love you. And you could have been any dog in the pack. But you're the one meant
She's the
just for
one.
me. You were right for me. And you know, when I saw Spence working with you, and when we were all out at Sky Ranch, I was kind of saying, I like Lulu, especially when I saw Spence get up on her. I said, I can do it too. Yes, because I wasn't too sure, but look at you. You are so beautiful.
Spencer's behind you crying his eyes out.
Spence, how do you think somebody who's totally changed your life? There are no words to thank you. And getting my girl ready for me, and Josh and Katie and Darlene, you have made this wait okay. And
That's the best we can hope
Just
for,
okay.
really.
yeah, you know, it's a tough journey. It's not the easiest thing to do, but it's worth it. And there are so many ways to distract oneself along the way. Those of you who are waiting, understand that it's worth it. And there's so many things you can do to help yourself. And I also wrote letters to my trainer and to everyone, and you will all get them now. I know the name of my trainer. I can finish the letter. And I've written a poem about my dog, and it was basically, am I worthy? And can I wait? So I will share my poem with you and all of you, because it was something that helped me was writing this poem about, basically, it is centered around, am I worthy? And of course, at the end, I am worthy, you know, but, and I love these people. They have changed my life, that actually have become my family. I have my own children and my own family, but I feel loved and around and you know, wrapped around with love when I'm with the Little Angel people and friends and family. So I don't know. I'm running out of words because I'm so excited, and I don't even. You know, can she come on with me? I know, I haven't had time.
Let's go to Disneyland.
Yeah, so what are you going to do next?
I'm going to Disneyland! And hopefully, you know, I am a person who does not like snow. You know, below 70 degrees is too cold for me. But for Lulu, I will come to New Hampshire.
You got to work for it, Janice.
In the winter time. This is hard. And
You ready to hear how soon we're ready to do training?
yes.
December 4th?
Yes! I actually looked at flights. I was like, oh, let's see. If I were this month, it's this flight. And if I go this month. So I got it all the way out to the end of the year. Not this year. So yes, I can get a flight. And I will fly into whichever airport that is easiest for all you because I do not drive. I don't know why the DMV won't let me drive. They do not. And it's probably wise that they don't, although I have been in more cars as a passenger where I'm thinking, and they don't let me drive. So it's an experience. If you don't drive and your life becomes limited, I used to travel around the country to every base, Pentagon, many places that, and I traveled alone, and that time is gone. That is the before that day, and now I have a new life, and I still work. I'm still an engineer, and I am retiring next year, though. And it is, my life hasn't stopped. I'm continuing my life, and I still have many things I can do. I have things I can't. And again, all of you have helped me through the wait. And look at it, what you weren't a train. You were beautiful. Do you give kisses? Huh? Yeah. Do you? Yes. Greyhounds don't give kisses. If they never raced, they will give you a kiss. But if they've raced, because they're not raised individually, they're raised as a pack. And so you have had a good pack leader. Yes, Mr. Spence has just been, yeah. I thought when I saw her, I have to say, there were a couple I had my eye on. And that's something, if you're waiting, I would advise not to do. Because often we pick a dog and fixate on that dog, and then when that dog is given to a match to a person that it matches, then I was broken because I did pick out along the way several dogs, and I would really advise anyone not to do that because the right dog will be picked for you, and we necessarily don't know which is the right dog, and actually it turns out the ones like I really fixated on Monty, and that wasn't going to be the case. So please don't. It will help you not to look at the dogs every day, which is how I started. I looked at the bios often, and I found when I didn't, I did better with the wing, and I concentrated on the people and that were around me and supported me, and the strangers whom I talked. Actually, one lady asked me why I wore a helmet. I told her, I was very honest, and she goes, my son has epilepsy. That is a great idea. And so by talking to her, she now has another tool in her toolbox to help her child through the seizures, because when we fall, there's a danger to hurting ourselves beyond, what the seizure, but unless we live in an empty room, there are many obstacles. Furniture attacks me, and I do not feed them after dark, but they still get me, and I'm sure I get gusts of gravity that knock me down, but I have learned to take each day a lot differently than before. And you know what? It's just as good of a life. And now look what I have. I have my own dog. I have my own sweetie Lulu. You are so sweet, and you're little like I am. Yes, we're so and I'll be littler soon. Just trust me on that one. I have discovered through this expo different ways to treat epilepsy, and one of them was through diet and. Not diet like a diet to lose weight, but a diet eating program. So I now eat for adults with epilepsy and no processed food. There's a lot of things I could say about that, and it helps. And really funny, it lists all these side effects. In the very bottom, what is that? Oh, you may experience some weight loss, and but that keep your doctor monitoring because we don't want you too skinny. But you're perfect. You are just perfect. And I love you. And, we got to get him to stop feeding you and let me feed you. You have to let go of these guys. And
That focus will change pretty quick.
yes, do we like good food? Yeah, those treats. You know what? I actually have treats in my car because when I went to pre-handler training, I didn't know where I put it, and when I was packing and putting the suitcases in the car, there was the treat bag. So maybe my inside voice knew that we were going to meet today. Yes, sometimes the good things happen, and this is a miracle. It brings joy and happiness to my life, and along my journey, I had my own watchwords, and that was hope and joy, and those two are also things that help. That when you have words that inspire you, and that helped me along the way. Is I've been on 2 journeys, and this one has been the most rewarding journey. And the wait is worth it. Let me tell you, find your own keys. For me, it was journaling, talking, using the little angels support staff. They're all, and every person is there for you. There's no one that won't offer kindness and good words. Find your own method. Letter writing, poem writing, journaling, these all helped me, as well as reaching out to people and not being embarrassed and not having lack of courage. I sucked up my courage and spoke to anyone. People will get, actually at work, everyone looks for me in the morning because they want to know what my helmet looks like for the day. And now I've noticed other women wearing hats. So I'm a fashion trend starter. And don't be embarrassed. If you have medical devices that you must use, that's okay. You get used to them. They become part of your life. They're a piece of you. And people eventually don't notice them. They notice you. And so don't let a medical device, a support item, embarrass you. At first, when I first had to wear the helmet, I was so embarrassed. I didn't even want to go outside. And of course, a working woman, I had to go outside. And I work in a very large company. And everybody looks for me and they know who I am. And that's like unusual. I usually kind of not want to be the one that is noticed, except when I was working in my previous job, because but I can't have everyone on this, 3,000 people, they all know who I am. And that's kind of exciting. So, but the wait is worth it. Find your own tool, but I found the tools that help me, and what helps you find something, because you need to have a tool to help yourself, a tool or 3, and anytime, if you're on the discussion group, you may reach out to me, and I'm more than willing to talk when you're frustrated, because that helped me. There's a lot of people there, and we all support each other. This woman right here is willing to help you, and she will take all the pestering. You can't pester her enough, although I have tried. And the rest of this team are always there for us, and they always have good words, even when the words are no, they are delivered with love and self-respect. And so they're waiting, while hard. It's never easy to wait. Patience is not one of my virtues, and probably others. But it was worth the wait, because I have Lulu. I do. I do. You're so beautiful, Lulu. And you, I'm going to spoil you, although not when you're working. I know.
We'll talk about that.
You know.
That will be my biggest training is not that. Actually, my family has, my son-in-law, he says, you have never not spoiled a dog. And you know this is a service dog. So that will be another challenge for me is doing what my wonderful trainer says for me to do. And I listen most of the time. I get started. And sometimes I get selective hearing. So, giving you forewarning. Just your warning. And I'm, as a professional woman, I'm used to being in charge, and so I'm used to being in charge. There's so much we have to do to learn to be with each other, and I know that'll be, how can I not love this dog and do what it takes to be able to take her home? This is so exciting. How did I didn't expect this. I was giving my lovely lady back here lots of grief. And she had a surprise up her sleeve. And oh my gosh, I'm going to go back to my room and cry my eyes out, and call my family.
And book your flights.
And book my flights, yes. Good thing is after Thanksgiving and before Christmas, that's a little window that we can work with. And I will be where it's not 70 degrees. And I have to go buy clothes. I don't have anything. I have a sweatshirt, and that's about it. I don't have anything. I have no gloves. But, that'll be great fun to shop, especially when I know I'm shopping for a very good reason, and I'm not going to the East Coast because I love the snow, because I do not. I'm a sunbird, and that's okay. Lulu, I will go anywhere for you. That is exactly true. So I don't know what else to say.
I guess I'll employer watch me.
Watch me? Up like this?
Yep.
Watch me. Watch me. No, not him. Watch me.
And now you can give it to me.
Watch me. Yes, you are the best. You are so good. And I love your blonde hair. Yes, I used to be a blonde, but now I'm a purple lady. But you know what? Everybody is going to be so excited. We are actually going to have a dog shower. Isn't that going to sound like fun? Yes. I have given so many baby showers that they are now going to give me a dog shower. So that will be exciting. Isn't that fun? I was like, my daughter told me this, and I go, that sounds like fun, So, and my biggest donor will be so excited as well. And question, will she be able to be around horses? I mean, it's okay to say no, because I don't have to go to the ranch.
Safely, but yes.
Okay, well, yeah, we won't get, because my family is concerned that I would get on the horse. So they don't allow me too close. And my cousin who owns the ranch, the horse ranch, she has been told that I am not allowed to get on the horse. And I've accepted that.
Lulu can't get on the
They're
horse.
just, and Lulu can't get on, so we're together, Lulu. We won't be getting on the horses. And that's okay. I can admire them from afar. And I actually can admire them from Facebook because they are beautiful horses. But you're prettier. Yes, you are. And oh my God, I'm never going to sleep again until the 4th, until I get on that airplane, and you'll be waiting for me on the other end, and Lulu will get to come home with me. Yes, we will have to figure this out, because I'm sure they're going to teach me how to get you home safely, because I have to get home safely as well, and sometimes falls are not safe, sometimes, but... are you still doing this?
We never started. That's the.
No, are you kidding me?
You got it all, baby.
It's Judy, she's joking.
Yeah,
Glad it wasn't an intervention.
Yes, life
It's better
is
than an
a
intervention.
laugh, actually. And laughing is much better than crying. There are days that, I cry in private, and there are days that I laugh out loud. So, and everyone on the list will have those days. and just know that if you have a bad day, there's a good day around the corner. Yeah, because that's how I had to look at it. And I contact Arlene, and I have some friends who are also, they have different needs than I do. And it's funny, she knows when I'm on the cliff, and she will call and talk with me, and I know when she's not doing well, and I call and talk with her. So that's the other thing. Make friends on the list as best you can. If you have an opportunity to come to an event like here, we have lots of discussion group members here, and I met them here last year, and they have now become friends that they're across country, but we talk every day, every other day, and we text often. So take advantage to meet as many people as you can within the family, discussion group, the Little Angels family, and those that share your disability. I'm not disabled, I'm alternately able, and find those people, because each thing that any of us can have has a group. So find a group that is in your category and they support you. I am joined Epilepsy Warriors, and we share information and what helps us, what doesn't help us, and try this, try that, and that's also helpful to find new things that help different people. And we all have ways that we cope. Right, I would get a call, and I did not expect this, and this is so much better than
We thought so.
I have to admit.
You're the first one that got an interview instead.
Well, I will be more than happy to be interviewed anytime. You wish to interview me. This is the best interview I've ever had. I have had others, and this one is the best. If whether you get a call, an interview, your time is coming, and know that the wait is hard. It isn't hard sometimes. It's joyful. It's stressful, but there is joy at the end, and there's hope along the way, and there's joy at the end of the path. And it is a journey. It's not a pay the money and you get the dog. That is not the way it is. Along the way, we learn. And I have learned so much about service dogs. I actually knew nothing about it. I would see people and I really didn't understand. And now I can pick out, anywhere I go, a real service dog and a one that's not real. And I would never, service dogs were service dogs. They had a jacket on, they were a service dog. Or if they told you that it was a service dog and it's a little bitty dog in the grocery cart, I wouldn't have known differently, and now I do, and I understand the training that goes into it. I had no idea the training, so that's one of the weight things, and you want your dog as well trained for your needs as possible. So again, the weight is for your dog to be trained. It isn't something you get a puppy and it's trained. It is a dog that has been given many hours, hundreds of hours of training to do the basic skills. And also the advanced skills is what you need, and you will get the right dog at the right time.
We only have time for one more word, so in one word, wrap up how you feel at this very moment.
Excited and terrified. That's 2 words, but that's the real thing.
Okay, we're done.